Welcome to the stream. Started a little bit early for the was going to be the later stream. I had an appointment this morning which I'd forgotten about, so couldn't stream this morning. I've made more changes to the Yamato list. Specifically, I've put in L4 instead of the 3 copies of Beige that I had in the list. Basically, I wanted an extra card that has a counter. Beige does have the 2k counter, but L4 is potentially 4k, which can save me extra cards in hand, which can be quite helpful if I have a lot of non-counter, like the Zoro, Holy Jones, Womano's Kenki, Kanojo, Amaru. Like, if I have those in hand, I'd rather have one 4k than the 2k, because obviously, I know it costs a Don, but it means that I'm much more comfortable when I'm on even Don curve if I have to go second. Because if I don't use the extra Don, it's like, okay, I just have a 4k counter. And also has a removal effect if my opponent goes really defensive with the trigger, which is probably being used to get rid of a blocker, if anything, but if my opponent plays really defensively and manages to keep a 4 life for a bit too long, then using L4 to get rid of a blocker before swinging could come up, obviously stacking with Hiyori or something like that. I'll turn the music down a little bit. I think I probably just got my headset up too high. That might have helped. I don't know. Well, let's pop out the chat so I can see that. Yeah. So I'm going to try with this list for a bit. Other than that, I'm trying to think if there's any other leaders I was looking at playtesting for the EBO1 thing. I could playtest Kairos a bit more. Maybe dropping Gastino back out. He seemed like an interesting idea, the fact that he's a removal option who isn't about knocking cards out, which can help with the issue, but I think Brook is just better, even if it is the higher cost. I'm only going to play maybe 3 of him. Even that's probably a bit much, but I put in Onami as well, didn't I? I think that, yeah, I was looking at the list. I think that just can't really go in. I think Branu should be in the list because searching is very good. And then I'm going to pretty much back to what my list was before. I think before I only had 2 Brook and then I had 2 of another card. Not sure what it was. Also, I really like Kuzan, but Yamato is the only real top end I'm playing. I'm kind of fine with that. Go for a 3rd Ice Age. Something like that. Yeah, I want to have a look a bit more into EBO1. And see if there's anything else that I think is going to be useful for any of the decks I play. And to be honest, I don't really think so. Obviously, I play Yamato, which, I mean, I've said there is Shirahoshi, which I do really like. And what green cards? Is there anything in that I care about? Not really. I mean, Hiyori's an interesting one because I have a bit of the green mana stuff, but I don't have enough of it, really. Like, I think I've got an Odin list. No, I don't. I got rid of it. Kid and Killer I'm going to want, because I've got Revo Army, and I'm going to want to build. I mean, any red deck is just going to play 4 copies of this now. It's just a crazy card. Aside from that, I don't think there's anything in this that I'm too bothered about. It's a weird one, because obviously I said about playing cards and stuff because I like Dressrosa, but there's just not. It's just not good enough, unfortunately. I'm going to want some Bon Clay. But even that, the deck I theoretically want them for is a deck one of my friends is building that'll probably just go Well, you can build that. I'll build anything else I'm actually interested in, and try and build for OPO7 or OPO8. So, say Kid and Killer. It's definitely the main one. I really don't think there's anything else. Ezo I'm actually going to want as well because I'm wanting to build Marco. Let's actually have a look and make myself like a little short list for what I'm going to want for Marco. So I'm going to want 4 copies of Ezo, 4 copies of Kid and Killer. I think that's everything from EPO1 I even slightly care about. Maybe some blue stuff, if there's anything that's particularly good for... No. And a 1 Shirahoshi, but that's for everything. So there's only like 3. Oh, and Viola I'm probably going to want, but that's... Again, that's one of my friends who's probably going to be building Pudding, because they're going to be getting the Bon Clay and all that for Purple, Yellow, Croc, and King Leaders, and Viola's just another card they can pick up that'll be good in Pudding. And say with the... I might go for it, because I want to pick up some of the ST13 stuff, and it's really good in Ace. So maybe. Let's just look at red-blue for now. Frozen. Oh, actually, just not responding. Okay. It's responding again. Just being slow. Oh, not responding again. Now responding again. Can you let me click? No, not responding. Can I click on the screen, please? No. When this is working again. I'm just going to close it and then reopen it because it's bugging out. Just going to write one list on it as well because that actually seems kind of helpful. And I'm going to try looking through set by set to see what stuff I might want, and then I just have a like slight reference in my mind of what sets the cards I want are from. Apparently clicked on black. Okay. I'll look through structure decks as a collective. Actually, I'll look at structure decks first. I don't know if there's anything I'm going to need from structure decks, but it feels worth checking. I think the only stuff I'm going to need from structure decks is stuff I already need, which is 5-cost Luffy. Yeah, I believe that's it. I didn't know the Love Love Beam, or Marrow Beam, whatever it's called. I didn't know that was a... I didn't know it was a structure card. Yeah, so the only thing I need from... I mean, I'll take off the O and make sure... Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's ST10, but again, I might, but doesn't look like I do. Or ST12, ST10, 11, 12, and 13. Obviously, ST13 stuff I'll have anyway, because I really want to get that. But it doesn't look like there's anything from this I need. So, knowing I don't need anything from structure decks is a relief. And then to OPO1. Yeah, I don't think I need Vanilla Marco. And again, I'm going to need some Zoro, but that's had multiple reprints, including ST10, so it doesn't worry me too much. I do need 4 copies of Otama. I think that's just a very good card to have. I don't see it getting worse. I'm going to want it for every red deck I build, probably excluding Red Yellow Sabo. But even that, if I build a more removal-focused version of it, I will want Otama. From the blue stuff from OPO 1, though, don't think there's anything there I'm bothered about. It's obviously there's like the 9-cost Mihawk, which is really good if you're playing Sanji and stuff, but it's not a card I'm too worried about. Maybe I'll want to pick it up, but I think the version with Sanji is going to be really strong, but it's not necessarily the version I want to play. I might still put Sanji in it, but I'm not going to build around it as much. I think that's just not what I'm as interested in. White bid cards are just going to be good. So obviously, Newgate, I mean, Josu's searchable and 2k counter, and literally the only card that fits that description. Vista, I think, is really good. With Marco Leader effect, it's just on play KO or 5k. So if your opponent has managed to play a 3-cost 5k and you're going second, it just gets rid of it. And I actually prefer second with the deck because you want to put the Don on leader. So even though there's a lot of odd curve, putting the Don on leader means you want that extra extra ability. I'm not sure how many events I'm going to play because there is a part of me that goes, oh, I could play an event where I'm playing Marco, Seaquake, Whitebeard Pirates, which I think we do play Whitebeard Pirates, and Seaquake's an interesting one. 1 cost to get rid of a 3k, like, not be funny, the same thing I was saying with Vista, get rid of a 5k. We'll do 2 of that for now. And then Ace. The fact that you can use Seaquake or Vista along with Ace is very interesting to me. There is actually a Whitebeard Pirate that gives it's Haruta, that's what I'm looking for, because he has a relevant effect for that play. Yeah, this card just seems really good. Maybe even 4. And I don't think there's anything blue I'm worried about, it's just Impel Down and 7 Warlord stuff. OPO 3. There he is. Activate, yeah, give Arrested Don to one of your lead draw characters. And 2 cost 3k isn't a horrific stat line either, which I'm not sure if it will come up that much, but the fact that it just allows you to use lead ability on your odd curve without having to worry too much, I actually quite like it. So I put Seaquake on there as only 2, but I probably will actually go for more copies of it. Izo, mandatory. 4 of it's literally a searcher. Super Rare Marco's another one I'm just going to want 4 of because it is just a good card. Crossfire's, again, really good. Fire Fist, really good. And is there anything here? I don't actually have any Kaya. I might only have 1 copy or I have 0, I can't remember. I don't think it's necessary in this deck, but it's probably a card I will want to pick up at some point. OPO 4. I doubt there's anything in here if I'm honest, but might as well have a look. I mean, the only card maybe would be Bad Manners Kit Course, just because we are playing some non-counts, but I think with EBO 1 Izzo, I'm not too worried. This is Revawami. Sabo is a card I'm probably going to want. Because removing 4k again with lead, that's removing 6k with lead and crossfire, that's removing 10k worth of power across 2 different characters. So you can remove 2 5ks or a 6 and a 4 or like whatever. Friend has like a Rocinante, I believe, is 1k, so being able to remove, I mean, a Borsellino and a Rocinante is just a very easy thing. Feels pretty good. I think it's the only one from that I care about, though, and it's also like the only one here I don't own. Because I will want a bunch of the other Revolutionary Army stuff, but I think I already own all, except for the Fire Fist, actually, which I've given to my friend who's playing Uta. But I can't imagine they're expensive. OPO 6. I wish you could play Shanks in this, but it's just not realistic. Charlotte Pudding's a really interesting card, actually. I'm going to want some of them. Sanji I will want. Ow. I'm going to bring all of these down to one copy and basically just be a thing of I want to get 4 of each of them. But it's just so I can keep putting cards in. They didn't seem to want me to go over the card count. But pretty much any of these cards I'm going to want 4 of. I'm not sure about Gravity Blade, but I'll put it on the list for now because it's something I'm going to want to pick up anyway. And then EVO1's the only one left, right? Which I've already said. Little Lords Jr. is an interesting one. I'm going to want it because it is a Whitebeard Pirate ally. Killer and Kid, Izo. In terms of blue, it is literally Pudding, Sanji, and Gravity Blade. Obviously not including what the new 5-cost Ace. I'm not sure about the new the blocker, Jozu. I was going to say Gozu, and I'm like, that ain't right. Try and exactly what it does. It has to bounce one of your characters for the first part, which is what sort of worries me about it. Ooh, ST14 Mika Robin is announced. Let's read that quick. 6 cost 7k on attacking if you have on play and when attacking. If you have a cost 8 or higher character, up to one of your opponent's characters gets -5 cost this turn. Okay, that's pretty cool. It's obviously during time skip. I was literally gonna say it looks like it's time skip. That's exactly what it is. But trying to find Jozu quick. Thought he was gonna be a blocker after the battle with Mihawk, but no. Yeah, when played, you may return one of your other characters to its owner's hand, and then return up to one cost 6 or lower character to its owner's hand. Um, I've just actually I've just seen something. I'm like, what are they saying? They're saying bouncy though to search again. It's pretty good. Full cost blue ulti they're saying about as well. Oh, this one. Eh. I'm not a fan personally, but I get it. You don't have to show your opponent what you add. It's massive for this, but realistically, lead effect is just stacking wherever you're missing to the top. So when you just go lead effect stack Newgate play Sanji, you're like, yeah, we'll just do that. What other events are there? Because I swear there were some other good events that I've just missed. Skipping this one because it's actually a One Piece one, but I don't know. I'm not a fan. Fire Fist was one I wanted to just give something -4k. I know it's not searchable like Crossfire is. Yeah, I don't actually need it for this deck. I'll get them. I'll get it anyway. So whether it's on this list or not doesn't really matter. This was main/counter. Actually pretty solid. Just wanted to say that. Oh yeah, I guess you get Radical Beam, don't you? What was the blue one cost 4k counter? It's that was it. Trash one from hand, and then mill 2. Yeah, you want to mill is good, but so Radical Beam is probably one I want to pick up as well. It's just OPO1, right? Not. Please tell me it's not structure deck that I missed. No, OPO1. We're all good. OPO1 uncommon mind, but yeah. Cool. So there's a list of things I potentially want for Marco. And then similar thing for Dragon, because that's the other one I'm interested in from OPO 7, right? Yeah. OPO 7. Really confused myself for a second there. Now this is a win because I like the whole removal play, but I think I might as well just wait for Marco, who's going to be insanely better at it. So for that, I'm gonna want. I can only want one of each. I'm gonna want Zorro. That's a question. Am I gonna want any structure deck stuff other than like Luffy? I'm gonna want the new promo Koala. That looks really nice. It's just this Nami, but it's Revolutionary Army, and obviously called Koala. But let's look at the later structure stuff. I'm not too bothered about one. I don't know. I'm searching blue. I only need red for this. Yeah, don't care about any of that. Just checking OPO 1 again. No, OPO 2. I don't hate Newgate. OPO 3, not bothered. OPO 4. Weirdly, also not at all bothered. OPO 5, though, is where it's just a bunch of stuff, because I don't actually care about Lindbergh. Koala, yes. Karasu, yes. Bello Betty. Kuma. Um, Fire Fist. Oh, Emporio Tension Hormone's going to be crazy in this as well, isn't it? Because being able to use that to play out. Looking for a card that's not even in that set. I don't care about Rush Inazuma either, to be honest. Sabo. Let's play out this. Gonna be really good. Oh, I put 2 white bid in there, just realised I did that. This can play Shanks too. And again, Kid and Killer. Cool. So there's just stuff I'm going to want for those decks. Obviously, there's also the stuff from those sets and from next set. Because OPO 7 has, other than the Dragon Leader, also has an event that's basically just slightly better Kuma. Because it removes it's an event, obviously, instead of a character, which I probably play instead of Kuma. But I don't already have them, so I don't even need them on the want list. Or Koala, because I already have them all that, because I already have them all that. Actually, need to keep that on there, weirdly. Yeah. Yeah, so Sabo's the other one. It's weird because when I started playing, I was like, oh, black and blue. I think it's like black and purple were the 2 colours I cared about the most, and now everything. I'm like, yeah, red and yellow seem cool. It's like literally every leader I'm looking at is either yellow, like yellow green Yamato, red yellow Sabo, or red yellow Sabo, red dragon, red blue Marco, red blue Vivi. Even for yellow, Kairos. For red, there's the film lore. Even red Uta. I just really enjoy. I enjoy playing with triggers and power-based removal. They're the 2 things I probably enjoy most in the game. So they've just become decks I really enjoy. So I do want to playtest this more and change some things because I know Nami isn't needed. I've put Onami in as an extra like trigger, but let's actually have a look at some OPO 7 lists for Sabo. Obviously, I'm not in OPO 7 yet, but I'm just curious about what changes are being made in it, if any. I've covered my chat box, so that's. Oh, and then I made it disappear. There we go. It's back. What I can do again, so you guys can see what I'm doing, because I did actually sort that out last time. And I didn't make it disappear, I just put it on the wrong. I was just on the wrong thing when I was looking for it. There we go. Get my Google now. Yeah, again, I don't even know how well Savo's doing. Like, haven't had a look in a few days either. No, this was all here last I looked. Because it was the pre-April 1st banless implementation. So I will say this ace really intrigues me for the fact that there's a new 5-cost Whitebeard ace coming out, and blue Whitebeard is like, that's going to be interesting. And it just does get to play a bunch of good cards. Like I said, I'm pretty much going to pick up all of this anyway, so I'm not worried. Freaking OPO 7 ace is crazy. Yeah, that's just a thing I'm interested in. You can have 3 different ace in the deck. Yeah, I was looking for Sabo. Okay, that's not a great sign. Last one was in February, so it'd actually be before OPO 7 came out. So to me, OPO 7 slightly kills the deck, but you know. Someone's playing 2 copies of Your Initiative. Was my list playing Kid and Killer? No, it wasn't. Instead of Nami. That list is actually playing more Royal Army stuff too. Well, this one wasn't playing the little Luffy, was it? No. I don't know how I feel about. Because that one's not playing this. I don't know. Was it playing Hiyori? I don't think it was. No. Maybe Hiyori's not needed, though. I think I'm being. It seems really good in theory, but it's probably not actually worth the spaces. None of that, none of that, and none of that. And instead it was 4 Koala, because 2k counts that has a relevant effect with Sabo. 4 Limburg, because crazy trigger, and again, relevant effect. Checking I'm doing the right ones. Yeah, and then 2 copies of Field One-ish Disappear. Which is yellow. Yeah, it's not what I wanted the deck to be, I will say that. I can rename it now as well. Just Sabo. Because what I was originally wanting the deck to be was much more evolutionary army stuff, like not playing the Luffy's or Garp or Ace. Probably playing Ace, because card's crazy, but like 2 of him. So what I originally wanted was like yeah, 4 copies of Karasu, a couple copies of Morley, maybe in the 6-cost Sabo, and some cost reduction, Fire Fist, 5-cost Ivankov, Bellow Betty Searcher, and no, 2 copies of Emporio Tension Hormone. Actually, a really good card. Like something like that was what I was originally looking at. Let's Sabo Revo, because maybe I can give it a try and find out that I'm not an idiot. Was this version playing Onami either, actually? I just thought, oh no, I wasn't. It was playing Satori instead. Fair enough. Anyway, firstly... Oh yeah, we can't play Sabo because it's ST13 stuff. I'm gonna we're just gonna play some Yamato. That is truly a hand. That's a much better hand. I never even know whether I choose. I didn't choose that time. I can never remember whether I'm choosing to go first because I click it so automatically now. 1 second. I am absolutely fine with 3 cards dropped from hand to counter out of 1 attack. Especially when I have an Onami in hand and I don't think they can do it again. That's rude. Now the question, do I want to counter? And if so, what with? I don't really have any one stuff in hand, so I'm actually absolutely fine countering. Yeah, I'm going to also counter with 3 cards. That seems fine. Because realistically, if they counter out of this one, their hand is empty. And then they're on lower life, so I didn't need the Cracker. I didn't need the Momonosuke K, and the other one which disappears is literally there because it's got a crazy trigger. It will lose a life this time, that's fine. Mori, that's actually a pretty big hit. Oh well. I want to try attacking first. The issue with stacking anything is I know that they're just going to be able to look at it and stack whatever I stack into my life to the bottom, although I guess it's still in my life at that point, so... Yeah, we'll do it first. Oh, that's really sad. Yeah, big swing. And then smaller swing to rip a card from hand. Also, no triggers that they took the damage. The hell? Okay, they got an Amaru. That still rips a card from hand. Like, they had to lose a Beige and a Linlin for... If they got that Beige off life, that's really funny as well, because they could have used the trigger to just make Konami not able to... They could have just used it for counter. It actually made no difference. Yeah, Nami dies, I'm fine with that. Actually kind of weird. I've only got one less card in hand that I'm like, okay. Yeah, again, I'm quite happy here to just go swing 5k at own army and then play Zorro. Like, yeah, they can 10 mum here and trash. I assume they stacked life when they attacked last. I've actually got a weird feeling they didn't. No, I'm imagining they didn't because it was a Kikunojo there. So I'm just going to counter. And they just didn't attack with lead. I'm really confused there. Oh, they could be a beige, and they're actually on 2 life. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for a 9k swing at lead. Double attack. And then we get 12 3 times. I don't think they can stop that. Yeah, I was right. I think they misplayed massively during that, if I'm honest. They had 2k and a effective 3k counter in hand. But I mean, they managed to trash 2 of my life, but that's all the life they got rid of. So I'm actually going to keep that. We've got Searcher, we've got a lot of Wano cards, so Momonosuke is actually helpful. No top end off the bat, but that's fine. We just need a one turn where they don't get rid of one thing, and we're pretty good. Plus the fact that Momonosuke can effectively just search a bunch. Just got a 2k counter there. Because I highly doubt they've got a 2 cost they can get rid of unless they've specifically got Leo, is that his name? Yeah, which most lists aren't even running, so we're not going to complain about free searches with Momo. What they add off that? Rebecca. I didn't see what they added off there first. I should have checked. Oh, they actually added a Leo. They could have used that. Funny. Add another Izo. Why not add from 2k counter just for free? And then we'll do a 6k swing at lead. And then we can Hiyori and stack Kikunojo. Yeah, I still do. That's some counter. Now they need to choose whether, again, they can just play Leo to get rid of Momonosuke, which I think should have been, I guess they wanted to set up their blocker, just in case I did a massive swing, so they don't have to lose loads of cards from hand for it, but... I'm not complaining either way. I think I put them in a bit of a lose-lose situation where either I was just going to swing for crazy amounts, or... I don't want Again, I can just do another 6k swing and then gain a life, and that seems pretty good to me. In fact, that life can then stack something else into life when I take it. Also feels pretty good. Like, there's no way on earth they take this damage. I'm fully aware of that, but I don't really care. I guess I could have actually done 5k and searched with Momo again. They got rid of Leo. I guess if they get like Kairos, well, they can Kairos, knock out Momonosuke, or Lumbus, drop something by 4, get rid of other Momonosuke or something. I don't know. They'll have enough Dom for 2 of them, but should have added that to. No, top's fine. I was going to say I should have added it to bottom. I want it on top because then I don't have to worry about losing. Yeah, they did indeed do that in Kairos. It keeps little Momo alive though, unless they have another Kairos. I mean, sure. So we're on 8 Don. We're just going to search twice. Add the only legal target, and then, like I say, search again. And I'm now going to use Hiyori taking bottom. That's a really sad one to take, but I'm going to stack an L4 to top just to get rid of something. They're on 5 life still, so realistically, we get rid of blocker here. Unless they were weird and take the 2 damage, but yeah, it's getting rid of the blocker, which means that we actually have a chance to just take out Kairos here, unless they play Colosseum. Which is weird. I think I'd rather just get rid of Doldo, because he's also a blocker. They got Colosseum anyway. That's a bit sad. Double Doldo. I only need 3 counts, so I'll drop a Nekamamushi and an Izo. Which they know I have both of, so. And another Izo, which they also know I have. So, I think they know that I have a Kikunojo. No, I searched the other Momonosuke, didn't I? So I don't think they know what's in my hand at all now. I'm on 10 done. I did know it was on top, but it's because I stacked it there. That's fine. I'd actually like to take out Lumbus here. Is there a way I can do that realistically? No, is the honest answer. So we're just going to swing into it with 6, probably get it blocked by Doldo, or countered out of, either. Counter, sure. And then I just want to go wide a little bit. We can just play Kikunojo and Momonosuke. Go Momo first to stack Yuri back into life, and then Kikunojo. Yes, I could have searched 2 more there. I think I forget about the searching a lot, but I mean, it's not under any direct pressure, so I'm kind of fine just leaving them there for a bit. Cavendish is scary. Yeah, put a dot on it, swing into Kikunojo. What? No, yeah, they misclicked. I'm not sure if I won that one, if they hadn't misclicked, but I'd actually quite like to play that. It's the deck that beat me at the event I went to. Which was technically a pre-release, but it happened after the event had already come out because weirdness. Sanji's interesting. The fact they're likely to waste on it, it's kind of fine by me though. Like, let's go for Momonosuke here. I know this instantly makes Linlin live, but that's kind of the issue, is I don't have much of a choice, unfortunately. If they take the damage, then my trigger's alive, but so's their lead effect. But if I don't, then my triggers aren't live, so I'm not progressing forwards, and I need to get to that stage eventually, so I might as well just do it early. Yeah. So they've used 2 Don on it just for the effects. I know they've now stacked something into life, but I guess he doesn't specifically stack. I'm not sure how I feel about Sanji. I don't think it's very good personally, but I get it's searchable and all that. I'm fine with that. It's not perfect, but like, I'm fine. We're gonna swing at lead again. Because if Hiyori doesn't die, Momonosuke putting Hiyori into life is just a pretty fun time. The fact that I'll be on 7 next turn, so we could also play the other Hiyori and stack that into life. So they've still got 4 Don left, so I'd rather counter out of this one. I guess that Hiyori was actually big as a game, it just gave me 1k counter and put something nicer into life. Okay, and then they designate a bit more Don just to get their lead effects. They can stack what they want into life. And then we'll take the damage and play Kikanojo. And I doubt they can get rid of it with what they've got left. Now, okay. Can they? I was going to say, can they live and then look to their fucking 10 cards in hand? Probably. They can probably live. Probably. Again, would I rather put Hiyori or Kikanojo into life? Hiyori. So I only need 2 done on lead. Actually, I'm just going to swing a lead. In fact, the lead has to add a card from top or bottom, so it doesn't get to actually gain them life at this point. What did they do? I'm really confused. They tried to Amaru? Why didn't it work? Oh, it did. It just instantly took the damage again. Because Yamato's swing had already gone through. Huh. Here's the thing. I think if they could have... Ooh, I'm not playing it risky. That seems dumb. Swing. Could have swung afterwards. That was silly. Didn't make a difference, thankfully. So we need to be able to counter out of one of these attacks, which... Fingers crossed. And then we need to swing once. Oh yeah, say counter. We had the blocker, but that's used 4 of their Don, so now they've only got 4 Don to swing, and we need to survive one of these attacks, which I think we're guaranteed to do now, right? Because they can swing 7/7/7, I can counter out of... can counter out that with having Hiyori in hand. I'm actually going to take this damage. Ooh, we'll kill Perispero. Almost killed the Kikunojo and gave them an extra life. That would have been really depressing. Yeah. How much do they have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah. 9 done on lead and swing would have done it. They seem to be playing a lot less of the things that were causing me issues when I played against the deck, and they got considerably worse triggers. I think the only ones they hit were an Amaru into my double attack, which they kind of got as well, but that was their first life, meaning I never actually got them down to 3 until too late. That was just due to my mistake. They went Soul Pocus, is that what it's called? And I just chose wrong. I gave them the life because I was like, I'll get rid of it straight away. And then that was also a trigger, and I'm gonna mulligan that. There's too much high cost in it. This one's kind of nice. This is one of the matchups where they probably don't have a lot of counter, so I am quite happy to just go big swing. Because theoretically, 3 big swings ends the game. Because they just don't play that. The counter they play is a lot of 2k counter, but overall, I mean, so far we've seen a Tashigi that's 1k and double Hina, which is 0. I think if they'd just given this effect a freaking Don cost, it probably would have been fine. I think the leader was just going to be busted because it just. The cost is trash one, which when you're there like, oh no, I have Hinas in trash. Yeah, it's not a cost, is it? It's just free. I wanted a trigger in my life. Why didn't they let me have one? Well, that's actually kind of cool. And again, if they don't counter out of this, then nothing matters, but yeah, they were going to. Like, I'd rather have stacked the life, because now if they try and deal 2 damage to me, oh, yeah, I'm just countering out of that. I can't justifiably let a 5k attack go through. I like this song. Even the normal version of it's good. It's pretty chilled, even for the normal one. That's what it's called, Crossing Field. Oh, I realize you're still on. Yeah, usually on my display captures, you can see the freaking bar at the top of the screen and stuff. All better. I don't like Sabo being there. Um, I'm not that bothered about Hiyori here. I'm on 7. There's a part of me that does just want to like Momonosuke stack Hiyori into life, but I know that just probably dies. That they have Hound Blaze, so even the Kikanojo play is not actually helpful. So we're gonna play that. Take bottom. Ooh. Yeah, we're stacking Onami back to the top, and then we're gonna Momonosuke to put that back into life, and then swing 5k. And they block it with Sabo, but you know, force your opponent to make the right plays, because if they don't, then you just get free advantage. Ooh. Okay, they have instantly reduced Momonosuke by 1, which. What, go into like Rebecca? I mean, they're 8, yeah, so they're on 8 dons, so it's just. Yeah, it's literally just that and Helmeppo, because they trashed it, Helmeppo drop him, and then they both die. That's fine, because now I'll say now if I take that damage, I kill Sabo, but well, I can't take any damage now because they've attacked. I guess except Sabo, but I doubt they're going to attack with Sabo when my leader is a giant double attack threat. I actually need them to attack twice as well because I gave myself more life. I'm actually quite happy to just search for another Momo and then do it again. Adding that. Okay then. 2 Onami in life? I now know my entire life, right? Because it's. Cracker's now at the bottom, which is kind of funny. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it means that when I next use Hiyori, I'm fine taking the Cracker from bottom. AK lead. I keep forgetting they've just got Marine Ford as well. I don't think it matters. Like, really, they just swing like Helmeppo and Branu into my two Momonosuke here, but that's potentially two less attacks coming at lead. That's kind of cool. Also a very good song. It's very chilled, even just in the normal version. Now my chat disappeared again. There we go. Yeah, adding Suru off of Tashigi, like the fact it just goes add 2k counter, add 2k counter, they've probably got 6 to 7k counter in hand now. Probably 7 or 8. Sabo. He moved and I got confused. Watch them play a Sabo now. No, Rebecca. Drawing Kuzan. And then next fall to play Kuzan. Fair enough. Um, There's now 5k attack. I can swing for 10. But no, my 10k attack's getting blocked, so I might as well make sure that one of them goes through, right? 5, 6, 7. I can swing 7k and 8k. Let's swing 7k at Lucci, which I know this is going to counter out of, but that's fine. Actually, not fine. I don't know why I bothered doing that. I should have swung at lead and then either had to block it or I guess they're just taking the damage and it gives them an extra card in hand, whereas here they go. At least it takes a card. Then 8k Alucci, which gets blocked. So they've now got 5 attackers and we've got 2 life, and one of them's an Onami, so that's something. And is it the top one? No, the top one's a Hiyori, so we're just going to Kikunojo rather, so we're just going to let that go because there's no point in trying to save it. And the annoyance is they get to drop Kikunojo, but that can give me an extra life, so... Weirdly, now I actually think I have to use Onami to kill Tashigi. Just because that stops an extra attack coming through, although I think I just die here anyway, because... Yeah. They don't just have enough to put on lead. I should have counted out of the Kuzan attack. It would only take on one, the other one should disappear. I mean, Helm Blaze was just going to bounce probably nothing, to be fair, and then Holy Sword of Divine Light, whatever it's called. Yeah, it's like 4k counter left in hand. It is the best deck for a reason. I think the 2k counter issue was more of an issue and sort of got fixed with the new sets. They just get to play more searchers and go, we found the counter. Hello, Betty. I feel like if I play this aggressively, I don't see much issue, but who knows? I say aggressively and then instantly search. Oh, that Izo. Still a 6k swing a lead, which is going to eat a koala. No, they're just going to take 2 damage. I guess they also play aggressively though, don't they? Smoothie. I don't like Smoothie in the deck. In fact, it's cost to draw a life, and I'm like, doesn't seem worth it. I'm like, yeah, this is now an 8k attack coming through, and we'll counter out the 5k attack because I don't want to be swung at many more than I have to. I'm glad that was only 5k because I completely forgot my leader was losing a k. No trigger. Gonna search again. And we're gonna search Izo. And then we're going to go Fury, take top and stack that, and then we're just going to swing 7k a lead. Which I imagine they counter out of now. That's likely going to rip, well, minimum 2 cards, probably, yeah. So probably 3, but depends on if they've got the Satori or Koala. I think that's the only 2k counter the deck plays. Kuma kill Hiyori. No, Kip. Why? Like I said, I just want to swing a lead, but... Hey look, we have game. Well, I go through, it's the last thing that can actually attack, I just don't care. Ooh. Didn't see that for a second. Banish top 2 life. And then enough. That was double kicking Ojo, it didn't matter. Like, I could have counted out to some of them, I have plenty of counter, but I was like, why would I? I could just see something that's more helpful than... I know I take game next turn. That's what I was saying about being more of a rush deck. It's more of an aggro deck, but it's just a better deck, unfortunately. Like I got Revolutionary Army when it came out because I packed the Altar Leader and was like, yeah, that's my deck now. But unfortunately, it's just the decks. This deck is just better. It's not that it's more aggressive. It can play a long, grindy game if it needs to. But double attack is good, basically, is the general consensus. I'm intrigued whether they counter out of this, because I probably counter out of their one, but that's just because I've got... Actually, I probably don't, because they're going second. Do I? I'd have to drop Onami, so no is the answer. I'm actually just going to play that. Like, I know it's 2k counter, but that now just gets Momonosuke live instantly. Again, they didn't need to drop 2 more cards from hand, which... Oh, they're playing Sky Island stuff. Interesting. I should have played the blocker, because now... again, I can counter out of this, though, and I don't care... I'll say I don't care about Cracker. Yeah, not that much. It's fine. Fury, so Cracker. I'd rather lose Cracker than take 2 damage, was the... Get rid of Amaru and Holy. I'm pretty happy with that. And then fun little 5k swing. Oh. So next turn, the question is, do we gain a life? Specifically, Hiyori. What the fuck? I'm incredibly confused right now. Do they know what version of the deck they're playing? Like, I get it, probably... They've still got a blocker up, so I guess that does do it. But... yeah, they have game next turn if I try and play any other way, so I just have to swing over it. They've probably got counter in hands. That's fucking weird. Okay, so think about it. Momonosuke only actually costs 3. So I'm going to use him. Because then I get to do that. So that's now 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I can only actually swing 8k once. So I might as well swing as much as I can for that one, just in case they're running the Flamingo. I imagine a 2k counter is being used here, but... Again, I have a blocker, Hiyori, and 2 more life. If I can play defensive for a turn, I probably just get to put down Zoro, but we'll see. Probably not actually, because Lead is just too threatening. I mean, maybe we're fine. Ow. I don't like they've got 3 Dons stood up still. But like I say, pretty much knowing I can block Yamato's swing, I'm kind of just fine to play Zoro pass. Ah. I did indeed forget about Hody. That really Hody's my Jones. Anyone in the One Piece subreddit probably still isn't laughing because the joke isn't good, but you know. That's huge. I'm still taking that. We're leaving it because now I've got 5k counter in hand. So, oof. Nah, still not enough. It was huge, but it didn't matter. You have to see what songs on because I don't know most of them. Because while I like manga, I tend not to watch much anime. I probably don't play the mirror match very well. I will admit that. I'm gonna try being too fancy. I just needed to swing big on the first couple turns, and instead of trying the Onami swing, I should have just gone massive swing to make sure we got them down to 3 life. Because that, I think, was 2 triggers we just didn't get because. Okay. I think people are a bit impatient. I was. Like, I should have clicked it faster, yeah, but. If this crashes, we change to Sabo. Okay, it didn't crash, it didn't load either, so yeah, we're still going to Sabo. I'm going to go to the weird Revolutionary Army build I made first and see how bad it is, and then we'll go to the actual version that's good. Let's host as well, that's probably easier. Keep that. 5 fist is a target. Interesting. They're going to bounce it? Yeah. Kind of amusing they play a blocker and they're like, back to hand it goes. Swing twice. Seems good. Strange. So I knew they had 1k counter in hand, like, why would they not just counter the first one? Sure. Ooh. Do I have a target? Oh yeah, I do. Sweet. That's what I'm gonna have to increase in the actual Revolutionary Army deck to be able to play like Inazuma and all that, because I forget that it's actually a good card. Like, Trigger's crazy. Play something from hand for free, but the counter 3k and then play something. Oh. It's Ivankov. Do I want to Ivankov this turn, or do I want to Ivankov next turn? Because at the moment I can stack Limburg back into life, which seems favourable. And I think is what I want to do. I'm actually going to Fire Fist X-Strike here. That seems pretty cool. Seems pretty good. Lindbergh just gets rid of their blocker. I could have saved a Don for Belo Betty, I guess, as well, but oh well. Really, I got rid of what they played, and they now can't get rid of mine, no matter what they have, even if they've got like really good blue removal, how they get rid of it from life. Like, they have to attack me first, which means not worry about their attack. So I will say the fact that I can Ivankov, play something from deck, put a Don on Ivankov and a Don on lead, put Ivankov back into life, and just use it again seems fun. Ooh. You know, that scared me for a second. I went 7 cards in hand. That's his draw 0. What is the point? They also just didn't attack. Morley. I did that wrong. I think I can still do that. Oh well. It's a 6k instead of a 7k, I guess, but it still took the life. What is happening? I'm incredibly confused right now. Rebuild your deck. This is horrifying. 9-cost Kaido should not be in there. Sanji probably shouldn't be. If you're going to have Champion Rifle late, yeah, that game upset me. The fact they just had no counter actually upsets me because the deck should play so much of it. The version that they're playing as well, they want to be playing the Ivankov lead, not the Hannibal leader. Like, oh no, I get Domino? A generic boy. I guess you get to ramp in this one, but ramping means fuck all if you don't survive it because you haven't got the counter, so crashed. I've still got a bit of Easter egg left in this bowl. Actually more than I thought. Which is probably good because, you know, just randomly eating chocolate probably isn't going to help me lose weight, but also not going to not. I'm also, yeah, I'm also not going to not eat it. Like, I'm going to eat it. It's. Gonna mulligan that. That's better. Yeah, we'll go Ivankov. I will say the tension hormone helped massively in that last game. Being able to go Fire Fist and that to get rid of the massive blocker they'd played was really nice. They've gone Mummo. I am tempted to pick up the Odin leader because, I mean, I'll need Opio 1 Dangerous. I'll have a look at the list again in a second, see what people have been playing as, because I imagine I've got a lot of it. Could be wrong. Right side. We do just get rid of them on Monosuke because we played a Searcher. So one thing I actually like about playing Searchers, especially against green decks, is you get to kill their Searchers. So they only get the one use, and you don't have to use your lead attack, and you still get to stay threatening. Might be the only matchup where I actually recommend mulliganing for a Searcher. Because in any other matchup, I think if you mulligan for a Searcher, you're doing it wrong. Because you don't want the search, you want the things you want to search for, so why are you mulliganing to try and find the searcher? That doesn't make sense. Smile. Yeah, that leads on 6k, but also, who gives a shit? I've got that as well. I'm kind of just here like 3 costs, so I've got 2 done left. Which Might as well just attack with that, right? 7k, force a counter from hand, and then end, and I can Emporio Tension, Hormone, and play Limburg. And next time I can Karasu or Kikunojo, whatever. Yeah, I feel like Kikunojo, I wanted it to be a really good aggressive card, and it's not, it's a stall tool. A fucking good one. Like, it's a crazy card, but it's not as good in the aggressive decks as I expected it to be, and I don't know why I did. I guess trigger play itself makes it feel like it should be good, but that only works to a certain extent. It's meant to counter there. That's fine. I'm going to be on 7. I think we were on 8 for some reason. Oh, it doesn't matter, we can drop him by... Oh no, that doesn't do it. What am I talking about? So I just want to spend 4 now. I just forgot about my counter event, that was a massive misplay. No, we're just going to go Ivankov, play Karasu, drop lead back down to 5k. And we've got 2 left, which I can gain a free life from, so that seems pretty good. 6k swing. It means I have less of an immediate presence on board, but I still don't hate it. Where's my phone buzz? Ooh. Ooh. Apparently there is an event. Monday the 8th. That is the one in a few days. Maybe. And they rested my Karasu. I'm actually glad I gave him that power buff then. He's now just a 7k thing they need to get over. And I've got a fair bit of counter in hand, right? Another Denjiro. What's the effect again? Oh yes, sets 2 Donnas active. Fucking crazy. Not once per turn either. Yeah, we're leaving Karasu alive from this though, that's fucking sure. Now, here's the thing, do I just want to go, how aggressive do I want to go here? Because I can go Kid and Killer. I'd want to take some more life away from them first is the issue. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, so I'd have 2 done left. Means I actually want them to just use Karasu for the swing. So he then gets to swing and drop their leader back to 5k, meaning this attack probably goes through. Then I'm happy to use Kid and Killer to take care of their second Denjiro, well, their first Denjiro, I guess. Because I could also gone for the 8 thing of like Fire Fist, Sabo, but I guess Fire Fist, Sabo, lead effect, put Sabo back in, swing, meh. Could have done that, I guess. Deploy that. And again, I'd rather just give the extra power buff to Sabo again. Um, 8k over 7k. And then 7k into 7k. Could have gone 9 and 6 wouldn't have helped, would it? So 8 and 7's probably the better choice because it guaranteed takes an extra card from hand. Not, you know what I mean. Okay, I'm quite happy now because I'm going to be on 10 next turn, so I can go like Fire Fist, Koala, Sabo. And that's getting rid of threats. Like -4. I mean, to be fair, just Koala and Fire Fist gets rid of a 7k. As long as I'm on 2 or less life, that's the important thing. Maybe letting Karasu die Yeah, let Karasu die and then try and take 2 damage. So I still have enough Don left for. I still have enough Don left for Ivankov, in the very worst case, and we're getting rid of Izo. Curious how much of this they put back on lead now. Yeah, I probably should have just blocked that last one, because now we're actually taking more damage than I wanted. That's a blocker. I mean, Sabo specifically gets rid of Cat Viper, which I don't think is enough. I might want to leave 3 Don for. And it plays Karasu. That's actually kind of fine, I think. 8k and 7k. I imagine they're just going to counter out of this one as well, admittedly, or block it. I'm now realizing they have the blocker. I don't think I survive this. Just, like, literally 2 cards in hand. I counter one of them's an event that costs 3. Okay, concede. What have they got? They had the counter for it. And yeah, they just had game. That is indeed the weakness of the version that's not good. Ugh. And these things are meant to be Satori, but I like Onami just a lot. Getting 2 in opening hands pretty bad, admittedly. Ooh, I almost swung 5k there. That would have done absolutely nothing. So let's swing 8k. Okay. I do not understand people playing Basil Hawkins. There's so many like just better cards. Like not just a little bit, like significantly better cards. Interesting. Yeah, I can instantly see why a Satori would be more helpful. Just more counter. Thought I was being really silly for a second. I wasn't real good. 776. Really? Okay. Was only losing a goal, right? Because it was gaining 2k and that's losing 3 from that, so. I guess it does just have Rush with Vivi on field. So I guess it kind of got its full effect. Do they have counter for 11? Ooh, they do. No, they don't. Despite a radical beam, they still didn't. I don't get that in the slightest. That's confused me. I'm going to put Satori in. Or a different 2k counter, I guess. Doesn't have to be Sabo, does it? I say Sabo, it doesn't have to be Satori. Someone else it would be, admittedly. I mean, Beige is just a bit slow. I guess the thing Satori you can always just put him back in life over and over again, but it doesn't give you a hand advantage. Yeah, it's still just the only real option from what it does. I haven't been streaming for as long as I thought I had. I was thinking we were nearing the 2 hour mark, not just over, not nearing the hour and a half mark. We'll keep that. And we'll take a Luffy. Oh, didn't think about that. That's actually kind of cool. Being able to use Killer to search Kid and Killer, 5-cost Kid, maybe some other things like Kamazo Hitakiri, the card's name. Hitakiri Kamazo. That thing. Don't like Raise Max just sitting there. I forgot I was playing the other one, should disappear. It's like that wasn't in my list. No, because I'm not using my list, I'm using a different list. Using a list that did well rather than try to count something myself, which is probably going to do nothing. I mean, I am going to counter that. I don't feel like I can go down to 2 life for the ace thing when I can't use it fully. Like, I'd rather do that on the 7th turn and just put something else up. Oh, I guess they also have that. But again, I can counter out of that. So I think for this turn, I'd rather just play Kikunojo, because, I mean, the issue is they just bottom deck it, but I guess it uses their thing that bottom decks. I'm actually going to swing over Kid and Kill, or try to at least. They probably save it if they've got a 2k counter. Yeah, it's Kiri Kamazo. Kind of like that, actually, for purple-red. So I was looking at using him in Purple Black King, but there's just not enough targets because there's 5-cost Captain Kid and this guy. I think anything more than that, you're a bit like, eh. That's cool. I can definitely use an ace from hand with the one I should disappear, so. Oop. The thing is, I know that they can just get rid of the thing, like, I'm just on 0 life. They're going to play another thing with frickin' Rush and get rid of my. Yeah. Yeah. Technically, I can survive it, but not really. Maybe I should have just played an ace, because it has an extra 1,000 power, and that could have helped. With my 0 counter in hand, I don't think I'm winning this. I'm actually not going to rematch. Yeah, I think I've chosen colours that... Yellow's a really strong colour. Like in the OCG now, it's probably the strongest colour in the game with Sakazuki gone, because Enel and Katakuri are just crazy. But they're not it it's weird. It's the opposite of blue, which you put blue with any color and it's going to be pretty good because you're just giving every deck that you put blue with more removal. That's pretty much all it does. But yeah, pretty good. Whereas yellow, it's weird. It seems to it doesn't mesh well with other colors. It does, but not in the way that makes yellow so good. We'll just go first. And we'll mulligan that because that was a lot of touring, which I guess is just 2k counter, but yeah. Pranu. Trust Kidding Killer, and I will take the damage there. Yeah, that's a little bit annoying. I'll swing 5k first. If for some reason they decide to take the damage, then cool, but okay. We've got a lot of counter now, so I'm not too worried. It's a bit annoying that we just sort of wasted that first trigger of Nakamushi. And Luffy is very much dead. Well, that works. Swing 6k with lead. Then we get to go Kid and Killer, 2 Don, swing, then lead, put Kid and Killer back. Put up. No, we don't get the extra target for its effect, but it does just give us a life and stop them from getting rid of it. When realistically, even if they don't have a prone or an Absalom in hand, like there's a chance they have the Sindri and just mill and just see it, like. Quite gladly take the life they know that they know. And then we'll counter 1k. And then we'll, unfortunately, counter 2k. And then we'll take a damage. Unless they put the rest of the... Well, they need to put... I don't actually know how much they need to put on Brownie. I'll probably just let this go through either way, actually. Ooh, there's a Borsalino in there, isn't there? Well, shite. That does indeed give them a blocker. On the bright side, I actually need an extra Don. I might want to start going second with this, because I'm always in that point where I'm just like, oh, I just need one extra Don for my lead. Yeah, maybe I want to start going second. But to chuck out Kid and Killer a turn earlier. Kikunojo and Nekamamushi, same thing. Yeah, that probably is just the right choice, isn't it? Nodon on leads concerning to me, if I'm honest. So I know I can swing with both of these next turn. So that's big. So the only scary thing now is if they have a blocker, but now one blocker doesn't save them. Oh, it's not just one blocker. I swear to Christ, they're going to play one of it. Why just my headset unplug? I can still hear you on there. I'm worried. That's still going? That's still going? Yeah. I have no idea what that was. Yeah, 2 blockers. I think we destroyed. Ace is big, though. We have 4 attacks. They've got 2 blockers, 1 life, a lot of cards in hand, so we've technically got. We'll have 2 attacks left. Okay. So. We need 1 on lead. We need 2 assigned for Ace. So I can put 1 on him now for an 8k swing at lead. I then get to go lead, add him, give her 2k. 8k a lead. I imagine they're still going to be able to get out of this, if I'm honest, but it's not guaranteed. Play that, and then 8k at lead again, and they need to not counter out of either of these attacks. So 8k at lead again. As if they've got 4k counter, they win. Yeah, Toshigi and Sindri. Thought they would, but gets exactly to 9k if that's me. Yeah, they still had what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6k counter left, so I thought I'd rematch. Honest, I'm at the 1.5 hour point now, and I've had pretty low viewership throughout this, so I need to figure out what's going on with that. And if there's anything I can do to increase my viewership again, because it might have just been like timing or something, but I don't know. Whatever it is. I'm gonna check the other thing that I was thinking it might be. Well, it doesn't appear to be. I'm not sure if Wolfcat speaks English. Oh, well, he's French. 279 views. That is a lot. Okay, there are people on who definitely have more viewers than me at the moment, and there's someone who's come online who's literally doing the exact same thing, who's about to have even more viewers, and he goes online like a minute. So that is going to be the end of this stream. Again, would raid, but pointless. Thank you for watching. Bye.